Unsanctioned. That means anything goes, I guess, and no one can get sued.
Jeez.
which, which I'm still to this day bothered by the ideology of an unsanctioned. Like I get the psychology. They want to get at each other so goddamn bad that the company doesn't want to be held liable or responsible for what happens when these two finally get together. I understand the thought process behind that. But I always thought to myself, even as a kid, how stupid do you have to be to own a company that you have contracted? That means tonight, yes, unsanctioned. They signed the waivers. But if they murder each other, they can't make money for you on your contracts with you. So it's very, very weird that somebody would. It would be like if two McDonald's cashiers have been going at it for a week and all of a sudden the manager goes, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take your time cards. I'm going to punch you out for 10 straight minutes. And y'all could just settle this and then we'll punch you back. You're not going to be in any shape to finish the shift, my guy. I got my left eyeball hanging out and his teeth are out. We're done for the day. We got to come back tomorrow. But it just the rules never actually made sense to me. And we're back to, I don't want to say thrown together because that would be a bad way to describe this, but B and Dave had a whole segment on how that cage match between Cody and Drew changed so much. And I have to ask the question now that we have guests with us, because B and Dave kind of went back and forth on this as well. Was it necessary? Because the idea was when it happened that we're pivoting from Drew so that we can get Cody and Randy, because that's going to be the matchup that gets us more attention for the show. Show is this weekend. How is that looking now? Because it's a completely different world that we're living in today. You got rid of Drew because you felt this had more history. You have used none of the history. That has not been part of this build-up almost at all. It's been filled with other things. So before I go into destructo mode, Joe, what the fuck are we doing with Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee? Because that's the talk. That's the scuttlebutt. That's what everyone's actually talking about.
Yeah. See, the problem is Pat McAfee and his big, doughy, goofball eyes is coming out here, and he's been gone for a minute, and then he just comes out of nowhere and just inserts himself, and they're trying to do some shuck and jaw with this shit, and I don't think it's not landed. It's not landed. It just seems out of place. Now, if we had McIntyre, Orton, or if they built up Fatu, and we had a McIntyre Fatu main event, I think that would have worked.
The Dave, the unsanctioned aspect of this. Obviously, this match is going to play out like a no DQ match. Do you think that stipulation helps this match?
No, that's a silly no. That's a silly question. no,
because
it makes no. It's just you named it a match. It could just be a singles match or no disqualification match or whatever the case may be. I mean, I know I miss SmackDown quite often. Sometimes I just grab the clips just to catch it because it's just not as easy to watch for me. But like, I'm not seeing or hearing or even on my feeds or getting any kind of buildup on this. Like I'm just to me. You say it was thrown. You don't want to say it was thrown together, but to be honest with you, I don't really have any other way to explain this. With the idea, I mean, I know you said you came out with, they kind of are Drew's doing something different after this. But if I'm taking that completely out the window and going with the idea that they think Cody is a better sell for Mania, that has to be one of the most disrespectful things that can happen to a fucking wrestler, dude. You just doing all this work. You've gotten the belt stripped from you multiple times, and he had it a little bit longer here, and I think he was killing it. And now, right before Mania, you take it away to give it to someone else to have a program where we'll talk about it more when we get there. But it's not selling. Maybe it is. I don't know the numbers. I don't have them in front of me. They probably are. But to me, this shit, I would have much rather seen Drew. Yeah. So, and even if he was doing something after, have him drop the belt and let him go fucking do something different. I would much rather have Drew Orton here than what we have. So,
Lex, if Drew retains the championship, he goes on to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Does that guarantee that Cody's program with Jacob would have continued to WrestleMania? Would that have been the match, Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu, or would we have been completely lost and not know what to do with Cody Rhodes leading up to WrestleMania?
I don't think they would have been lost. I think they would have ended up in a multi-man match, and I think they avoided having a multi-man match. And so they pushed Jacob and Drew aside. And I feel like now the story, believe it or not, I think that storyline was rushed. It was going to end up with those two fighting each other one way or another, regardless. But now they pushed them aside so we can get Cody and Randy. And I think they always wanted Cody in the title picture at WrestleMania. You have to. He's the golden boy. He's the golden boy. Yeah, he is, though. He is. Randy Orton's the biggest name in the match. And I think they're struggling now because I don't know if they're trying to get him booed and it's just not working. That's where Pat McAfee comes in. But you just hate Pat McAfee and you don't hate Randy Orton.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they would have ended up in a multi-man match, but I don't think they wanted a multi-man match.
Which is fair, but this audience doesn't want to boo Randy Orton.
Nope.
They just don't. That's why when he turned and everybody was on the internet, he's bringing back 09 Orton. He really isn't. He really isn't. He's being a bad guy for sure. It looks like he's having fun with it, but it's not.
And we're enjoying it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Not translating at all whatsoever. We'll get more into that when we get to the main event. But as far as the Drew and the Jacob aspect of the situation here, my level of excitement for the match, I was a 3. I'm not really into the whole concept of the situation. I'll leave myself open for if I'm surprised, but Drew doesn't typically surprise me with matches. I like his character. I like the way that he does his promos. I love the way that he strings his psychology together. But the matches, while good, they're not terrible matches. He never really stands out. Like there's nothing really that he does for me where it's just like, damn, Drew, that was nice. Like he's just a consistent, strong, doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes performer, which is not bad. But against Jacob Fatu, who he's a great athlete, but he kind of needs the other person to kind of get it out of him. Sometimes I feel like Jacob is kind of a chameleon. If the dude he's wrestling half-asses it, he's not going to go 100. But if the guy is going 100 with him, he'll match you.
Yeah, but Drew is not going to half-ass the match.
He's not, but he doesn't have. It's not that he won't give effort. His style itself doesn't lend itself to being a standout thing. I made this comparison when he was wrestling Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes is like that. If you put Cody Rhodes in there with a random just half-ass ham and egg, the match is going to be what it is. But if you put him in there with a guy who can go and do this, you're going to get a better match. I'm not saying they have bad matches. I'm not saying they can't wrestle anybody. I'm saying that their styles dictate kind of the speed of these matches. And I'm not a fan of Drew Cody matches, and I fear that that's exactly what I'm going to get here. So that's why I was at a 3. Dave, you gave me a 5 last week. Where do you stand now with this match?
I'm going to drop with you to a 3. It's just not enough. I'm just having, again, maybe I missed it. It's fun, but I'm just not getting enough right now. So I'm sure when the promo package hit, the match is about to start, be a little bit more bought into it. But for right now,
by match 2, I'll be drunk. So we'll go with
absolutely. And pizza. Yeah, we'll be good.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I'm going to be in the House of Deception this weekend watching WrestleMania. I'm going to be at the house chilling with the niece and nephew again. It's going to be a dope song. Joe, your level of excitement?
I really like Jacob Fatu. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I'm going to go 5.
All right.
Just for Fatu. Yeah.
Little higher up. Okay. All right. Lex, where are you at?
You're gonna be surprised. I'm at a 7.
7. Okay, well,
I'm at a 7. This is the only match on the card that I get unsanctioned, right? So we know what to expect with that. And I feel like both of them have something to prove. I feel like this is gonna be Jacob's coming out party. This is the perfect person to work with because Drew, I think, is gonna go in there with something to prove. He always seems like he has a chip on his shoulder, and rightfully so. And he's gonna go in there and be able to showcase what Jacob could do, which Jacob needs somebody like that. And they're gonna go in there and they're probably gonna kill each other. And I'm gonna run away happy. Like I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna love it because I can understand if I was in their shoes what I would do. So now I'm excited to see what they would do.
You know,
I'm at a 7.
I've been in the locker room with Lex before in the past, and I think that's why me and him get along so well. Like we know how to monitor our behavior, right? so like we know kind of how much effort I should really be doing with certain people. But like if you put me and Lex in WrestleMania and no one knows us, you put me and Lex in WrestleMania, we gonna fuck ourselves up pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not making it a backlash.
For Mania? For Mania?
Yeah.
My back don't hurt. My back don't hurt no more. For the next 20 minutes, we're gonna ball.